This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
So while Frank is reading the book, let me tell you about Mutual of Omaha. Yeah, while Frank wrestles the alligators. Brand new book. Okay, so we were on the Order of the Indian Wars bus tour, and sitting a seat or two behind me was Bob Lowe. And no matter where you're seated on one of these tours, the people are so interesting. And so we start talking about Bob's book, and he lives down in Texas. And so, of course, my passion being Civil War in Kansas and Missouri. And he starts talking about the first Kansas colored. And I can hear him, a couple of seats behind me talking about this with somebody. And I'm like, what? What was that? And so this is his book. And it's fantastic, on James Williams, who was one of the officers who led the first Kansas colored. And of course, as I tell people when they come out to the museum at Wallace, or whenever I just stop random people on the street, people assume from the movie Glory, Michael was just talking about watching the movie Glory the other day, that the 54th Massachusetts was the first black regiment formed during the Civil War. They would be wrong. If you're on Jeopardy, wrong. The first Kansas colored, who is formed even before the Emancipation Proclamation. They have an incredible record. And then they become federalized, and so people you refer to as the Buffalo Soldiers, many of them are from the first Kansas colored. So Bob's book just documents this man's history wonderfully. It's beautifully written, and I'm thrilled to share the story with you of James Williams.
The military career of General James Monroe Williams spanned both the Civil War and the Indian Wars in the West, and my friend, Vietnam vet and retired Army officer Robert Lowe, has brought Williams' accomplishments to light in this new biography. From his birth on the northern frontier, through the westward movement and the Great Migration, to the rush into the violence of antebellum Kansas territory, to Civil War commands in the Trans-Mississippi, and as a cavalry officer in the Indian Wars, Williams was involved in key moments of American history. Like many who make a difference, Williams was a leader of strong convictions, sometimes impatient, with heavy-handed and sluggish authority. Building upon his political opinions and experience as a Jayhawker, Williams raised and commanded the groundbreaking 1st Kansas Colored Volunteer Infantry Regiment in 1862. His new regiment of black soldiers was the first such organization to engage Confederate troops and the first to win. He enjoyed victories in Missouri, Indian Territory, and Arkansas, but also fought in the abortive Red River Campaign and endured defeat and the massacre of his captured black troops at Poison Spring. His 1st Kansas Colored helped turn the tide of Southern successes in the Trans-Mississippi, establishing credibility of black soldiers in the heat of battle. Following the Civil War, Williams secured a commission in the regular Army's 8th Cavalry Regiment, serving in Arizona and New Mexico. He left the military in 1873, debilitated from 5 wounds received at the hands of Confederates and hostile Indians. Ed Bears, historian emeritus, U.S. National Park Service, said of Bob's work, Williams and his regiment, and later his brigade, played an important role in the war in the Indian Territory and in Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. I am impressed by the depth of Lowell's research and his ability to fashion an excellent narrative of a man who played a significant role in our nation. Williams' leadership and courage in organizing and commanding the 1st Kansas underscores that African Americans could fight and die as bravely as white Americans.
Gotta go. I'm Frank.
I'm Deb.
And we'll see you somewhere around Kansas. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.
Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of